2 and 1. Are you divorced or no? I'm just kidding. Okay, you see, this is again another profile. Loving people are so humble. They want their grades to be inferior. They're called underdogs. If you were a businessman, you will project your brand to that. You will 5 in everything. Because you want to be known by reputation, even though probably it's not inside. So, in my case, I would see that she is a Mother Teresa first. She will not hurt people more than, she would rather be hurt than hurt people. She's sensitive, right? So I'll probably increase your grade a little bit, like 3 or 4. Intelligence is next, and power is lower than intelligence. So your power is the lowest, your intelligence is second, but your love is the highest. So I will just increase it by 2.5. So most people who are loving are humbler than other types. The type 1 are more arrogant. And the type 3 are proud. The business people are more proud than the social worker types. So therefore, even grading yourself, you will be always lower in grade, even in school, because you don't want to raise your hand to answer the question because you said, oh, I don't want to be embarrassed. You are more shy if you are the loving kind. All right, so your potential sensitivity is you can be susceptible more to depression, to anxiety, worrying, than your counterparts of business. Because you are sensitive, you can feel people's feelings. You'd rather cry than make other people cry. You can see it in your children also. So your profile is highest on the heart, your mind is second, and power is last. Right? Okay. Anybody else? Yes. Four. Oh, your husband must be a saint now. Okay. See the higher grades, huh? So you have 4. Okay. So you are not a victim at all. Other people's probably is scared from you more than you're scared of others. She is more scared than you. So you can manage your mother-in-law easily. Yeah, see? Because you're managing her. She's managed by mother-in-law. All right, so she has strong character. She has confidence to be smart and intelligence. And she can say what she wants to say, whether you're hurt or not. She can express herself easier. Compared to her, she will think twice before she say the word. Looking at your chakras, because I can look at your chakras also. You have accurate perception about yourself. So your confidence is very high. If you were the boss, you have the heart and power to manage an IBM or a business on that aspect. You can be a good manager of a business. But non-profit, you can manage also and make a lot of funds, but she will persevere as a volunteer and non-profit easier. She will stay there without being paid, and she will be happy. In your case, you will negotiate for the pay. You will not just work for non-payments. She will, right? See. So if I look at people when I help headhunters to hire a new CEO, it's not just how talented they are. You have to compare to the inherited team if they match with the new leadership, because it's not just how good you are with respect to your inherited team. You can succeed on a Mother Teresa group but fail in an Einstein group. So something like that. You don't just profile yourself. You need to profile yourself with the environment and the ecosystem you will thrive in. Otherwise, you can thrive in an environment of Mother Teresa's but fail in an Einstein group. That's why you feel happier here even without money. You have more friends here. You go there, everybody's comparing what car and what watches and what dress they're using and what sari types, whether it's an expensive or not expensive. Here, they don't care about your clothing. So it depends on what next step do you want to do. All right. Yes. The heart. Okay. There's many things you can do. You can use it by contamination osmosis. You go with a lot of them, Mother Teresa's, and they will hug you every time until your path becomes bhakti. Or you go with Ananda, with Guru Amaji in Kerala and become attractive for 1 month, and you will start to salute everyone and you become respectful of everyone. Or you become a Buddhist. Because Buddhists, they develop the compassion. But there are many things you can use. I will teach you one technique before we finish today. How do you develop the heart, the mind, and your power so that you don't have to develop one of them only, right? Secondly is sometimes you volunteer in a non-profit organization without being the boss. Be a volunteer without being the boss, because if you will be the boss, you will use again your power and your creativity and you will rule everyone. Be there as a volunteer to feed the children, to help sick people, and not using your mind first. Because you will go again and be deployed based on your default, which is mind and power. So sometimes you need to suspend those to develop the other one. That's why in psychology, if you are a loving person who is sick and very worried and anxious, if you go to a loving psychologist, you will not get well fast, because your emotions plus the emotions of the counselor will mix more and exacerbate. You'd rather have an Einstein coach to give you a more sequential technique, or you go for a fitness coach to develop your body and your will to overcome your emotions. So not all loving people are your best counselors. Now this is the mistake of most people. If I'm very weak and loving, I will go to a cuddling psychologist to make me feel good. That is temporary. You need sometimes a stronger character to give you, hey, wake up. Do not be a victim anymore. Why are you letting them abuse you? Let me teach you how to punch. Punch your husband. And they develop a little bit of confidence to defend themselves, to say, no, please don't abuse me. 10 years of abuse is enough. Because they feel that you become stronger, they start also to precautiously, not to attack you anymore. But if you're always underdog, they will always manipulate you, because it's easy to manipulate people who are weak. Sometimes your best antidote are not of the same type. Like Einstein should not go to Newton for advice only. They should go to Mother Teresa to say, Mother Teresa, can you teach me the ability to feel what is right? The wisdom of the heart. So you need sometimes your opposite. That's why most people who are loving, they're married to a strong husband. Or they're married to a very strong charactered entrepreneur, because they need to learn something from each other. And the entrepreneur has to learn how to be conscious driven. And the powerful man has to learn how to be sweet. Imagine if you marry Mother Teresa with Dalai Lama. They will be sweet but no money. Their mission will not be proceeding, because most of them will just be meditating and praying, and nobody will do the cooking and nobody will do the money making. Or if you marry Margaret Thatcher with Sonia Gandhi, what will happen? Everybody will be strong and rulership will be the name of the game. Or marry Einstein with Newton. They will be talking about just the microscope and the new relativity theory. Nobody talks about children. They will be childless. That's why loving people have more children than intelligent people. Loving people are busy having heat and friction. The other one are busy in the call, cell phones. And the powerful are busy politicking, politicians. All right, how do you enhance your ability to resist fear, anxiety, fatigue, and stress? Increase your willpower. How do you do that? There are many ways of doing it. First, you have to release your stress, fatigue, and anxiety, so that when you add the love, it is not love plus anxiety. You become again anxious. You need to have the love, the will, and intelligence all simultaneously, so that you can develop the balance simultaneously, not one at a time. Would you want to learn it? Okay, I'll teach you something very easy. It's an advanced breathing science, which I've developed. Okay. Hello? Now that we have learned, do you agree that the Trinity is important psychology? In everything, including relationship building, including politics, including leadership, including business and your career life, or being a parent. Even being a parent, you get challenged by three kinds of children. If you send your children to bed, the Mother Teresa is easy, right? What do you say? Teresa, go to bed, you will make your mom happy, and I'll tell you a story. They will say, yes, ma'am, right? With Bill Gates, how do you send Bill Gates to bed? You say, Bill, go to bed, I'll give you $100. So you negotiate, right? With George Bush, you tell him, George, go to bed. No! His voice is louder than you're stubborn, right? So you have to say, okay, your father has a belt. Or go to bed or I'll shoot you. Or you sometimes do like that. To them, being tapped is normal. You do this to Mother Teresa, is an abuse. Right? So if you look at different parenting style, you need to manage children of different kinds, different ways of parenting. You cannot average everything. So even as a parent, you need to learn the psychology of the trinity of your children. Values come from the trinity. The values of love is compassion, altruism, generosity, and sacrifice. The trinity of the intelligent component, the virtues is practicality, objectivity, innovation, and creativity, right? And money-making skills, executive skills. With power, discipline, self-control, and the ability to destroy. Sometimes your vices, you need to destroy them. So the destruction is so important in development because you need to destroy old things that are obsolete. If you don't have the will to destroy, it's hard to move from vices. It's hard to move from obsessions, including you're obsessive to sweetness, obsessive to many kinds of things that are not in the same level of development for you anymore. You have grown, so what is good here will not be good here. So you need to see your next step to develop the will to be. So I'd like to teach you. Now, in yoga, you always use this mudra. This is good to develop the love and spirituality, but not good for money. This is good for money and power. That's why if you look at Goddess Lakshmi, to grant you your wish, it is the middle finger and not this. Have you seen Goddess Lakshmi's finger mudra? The mudra of Lakshmi is the middle finger. It's not this. The Buddha, yes, for ascension and to go to samadhi. But to physicalize, you need the middle finger. So for people with no money, this is the mudra, not this. If you meditate and you always do the Om with this, with the asanas, you become too spiritual and too light-headed and spacey that you forget to go to work or you do not want any more money. So Om plus this, you become Omless. It's dangerous. Or money issues. So if your husband is not making money, you glue this finger and let them have this for years. They'll have more money. All right. You do this trinity. It's Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, Mudra. I created this one as a concept. Material and spiritual. I believe that to be a sustainable achiever in life, you need to fly high with two wings. Material success and spiritual success. If you have only one wing, you cannot sustain anyway. It's not good to have a lot of spirituality with no money. It's hard to be generous if you don't have anything to give. You can only give what you have. Generosity is a faculty of people who can give something. All right, if it's spiritual without money, eventually you cannot sustain because you have no money to go to pilgrimage, to buy books, to attend seminars, to give to the needy, to non-profits. So you need to have two wings to fly, material and spiritual. This is our philosophy in school, in my school. I do not believe in one wing only, like spiritual with no money. I believe in both. Now, the worst thing is if you're married to somebody with no money and no honey. No money and no sweetness. So they will fly with small wings and, you know, it will affect your performance. All right, so you do this, trinity, and do this mudra over your lap. And sit erect, so your prana and Shakti Kundalini, or your fire will revolve freely, okay? Just sit erect like this. I will teach you a strong breathing that will induce a lot of oxygenation and ionization of your bodies and your prana, and exhalation of toxins and mental blockages. It's like this. From here. Inhale to the nose, exhale to the mouth. Ready? One more. Now this increases your oxygen and prana circulation in your brain, your mind, and your body. Now, I want you to concentrate on 3 chakras. Anahata, which is the love center. Mental, Ajna chakra. Sasara, spiritual center. Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu chakras. Love is Vishnu. Mind is Brahma. Power is Shiva. If you concentrate on the 3, you develop the trinity. This one I discovered by my design. Being an engineer, I like to analyze many things. So when I was analyzing all the chakras, which is not more than 7, but more than 7, I analyzed that these chakras are the trinity. If you have the heart of Mother Teresa, the mind of Einstein, and the power of Mahatma, you have the trinity. So I'd like you to concentrate by thinking of the 3 points. Okay, just close your eyes. Try to concentrate by thinking or focusing on the 3 points. Top of the head, mid-brow, and center of the chest. I want you to close your eyes and breathe slowly while you concentrate and relax. Okay, another 10. Increase more oxygenation and prana injection. Ready? Okay, head straight. You concentrate on the 3 chakras or centers of energy. Love center, mind center, spiritual center. Simultaneously, and close your eyes and breathe slowly and relax. Enjoy that inner peace and stillness as you are breathing. This will balance you and align you, your consciousness. Okay, one more time. If you have insomnia or if you're going to sleep or you have worries and fear, this is the antidote. Okay, let's do one more time. Okay, concentrate again on the 3 centers, love, mental, and spiritual centers. Breathe slowly and relax. Enjoy that inner peace, inner joy as you breathe. Okay, open your eyes. That's around 4 minutes. If you have problems sleeping deep or sleeping or having anxiety, fear, a lot of worryings, this is one antidote that you can use every day, and I guarantee if you do these 5 sets of 10, you will sleep deep. So even 5 hours of deep sleep is more than 10 hours of normal sleep. Now, what is the secret behind this? Now, in decision making, somebody talked earlier about how to clarify your mind even to make better decisions. Now, these are levels of intelligences. The heart is emotional intelligence, mental intelligence, and spiritual intelligence. Intuition, your wisdom is here. So if you activate this trinity, you will have a very balanced way of seeing things. You see it by how you feel, how you think about it, and how you intuit the future of it. If you have this trinity of intelligence, you will have more balanced perception about everything you see and everything you will experience. Secondly, for your health. The heart is the heart center that stimulates your thymus gland. Your immune system is controlled by your heart center. Your defense system is centered here in a gland called thymus. It's here. This thymus gland is the one that secretes macrophages and lymphocytes for your defense against diseases. In cancer, in rheumatoid arthritis, in AIDS, lupus, and many immune disorders, this is is bad and malfunctioning. So if you activate your heart, not only will you be happier, whether you have money or no money, whether you have a lover or no lover, you'll be happy for yourself. If you're happy with yourself, you can do many things with gusto without forcing yourself, and so this is called inspiration. You don't have to be inspired by people's comments. You can inspire yourself by your heart opening. All right? Now, when you activate this Ajna chakra, these are the centers of energy, you stimulate the pituitary gland, which is the president of the glands. If you have hormonal imbalances, if you have perimenopausal hormonal problems, the energy here is weakened. So all the glands and the endocrine glands get imbalanced, hormonal imbalances. People with a strong energy here do not have hormonal imbalances as you grow older. This is also foresight, to think ahead, to focus. Most of you said concentration or dharana, how to focus your mind so that you do not get dispersed. With many multiple roles in life, you need to be focused. At the same time, be aware of your roles in many facets. You need to have a strong will and focus to be able to go ahead. If you have a weakness here, you get easily depressed, you get easily demotivated, you get easily hurt by people. Whatever they say affects you. So a strong mind has a better way of achieving than a weak mind. Okay? This is so important for hormonal balance. Crown, this controls the pineal gland, the gland that is the chairman of the board of the endocrine glands. The ability to sleep, the ability to be happy, oxytocin, serotonin, all that makes you more expand depends on the pineal. It is embedded beneath here. This is the connection to Atma. So if you want to see a lot of the religious paintings signifying this, there's a lot of this light that comes down on the head, sometimes signifies by the halos of saints or the light above their heads. So these lights that come out, in and out, are spiritual lights which sometimes connected to Shiva light, like Shiva, the wheel of light. So this is important because this develops your intuition and wisdom. Unconditionality is here. Conditional love is in the heart. Unconditional love is here. So you can be generous, but sometimes you are frustrated because you expect things in return. I love you because I want you to love me back. This is heart. This one is I love you no matter what. This is called unconditional love. Sahasrara chakra is unconditionality of a saint. So you can be loving but still suffering if you don't have the unconditionality of the light here. So you are generous to the heart, but you are altruistic to the crown. You are kind from the heart, but you are benevolent from here. So if you want to go into the higher realm of human development, this is one of the highest intelligence you need to develop, to be happy no matter what. Because frustration happens when you expect it from the heart. Detachment is here. All right, so if you focus on the 3 centers, not only do you balance your hormones for health reasons, you will sleep better when you focus here, here, and here before you go to bed. So if you have insomnia, do 5 sets of 10. 10 of that. 1 minute of focusing here. 5 sets of 10 before you go to bed. You will definitely go to bed very deep in sleep, wake up with robust feeling and freshness, and you are, I would say, not grouchy, not irritable, and you are always clear in your mind when you wake up. So this is one of my best gifts to you today. I have developed this in lieu of the need that you don't have 30 minutes to meditate if you are busy. You have only 4 minutes to do this technique. If you are very angry, very frustrated, you can do this 4 sets of 10. You will be clear. Guaranteed. Yes. Now, if you have a neck injury or spinal surgery, you do not want to extend that far because you can get hurt. So you just a little bit. But if you are healthy, it's better because you induce a very fast velocity of air which passes to the turbinal bone of the nasal cavity. It turns into ions. The ions will heal you. Negative ions. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. You need to do it fast because if you do the Kapalabhati and Bastrika like pranayam, it will not work the same way because you do not turn air into ions. See, inside your nasal cavity is a turbinal bone. It's like a cord. You need to do this so that the air will turn into ionic particles, which is absorbed by the nervous system in your brain. That will work. But if you're slow, that's another pranayama. The pranayama with slow breathing, like that, or a lot of the asagra, that is another kind. But you need to focus on your chakra to make them expand. You can still do it, but more gradually. At first, do not do 10, maybe 5. Huh? Hypertension, this one will reduce your blood pressure. Diabetes, this is good. A lot of diseases needs this. Cancer, they need a lot of this one. Thyroid problem, you need this a lot because you will stimulate the thyroid when you do this. All right, now, one technique that you need to add is how do you improve your Shakti, your fire of passion that is housed on your navel. Have you heard about Kundalini? The fire that is like the snake, that if you're enlightened, you have 7 snakes in your head, like the Buddha or the fully enlightened beings have 7. The Maharishis have only 5. If you're a saint, you have only 3. Now, these energies that comes from below is the fire that creates. If your fire in your belly is less, you have less passion, you have less power to manifest. Meaning to say, you can have a mind to think, but not power to manifest, and the passion is less. Your fire is less. That's why it's called the fire in the belly. That's why most yogis, they usually do this. This energy is so important for creativity, manifestation, and the power to exist. When you go to Mahasamadhi or death, this is the first thing that is removed by your soul. That's why in Japanese harikire, the suicide is here, not the heart. The dagger is here because once you stab yourself here, the energy of prana and shakti leaks out and you're dead after. That's why most people focus here. Yogis focus here a lot to gather prana, and then they apply Om to the navel and it converts to Shakti. Prana plus mantra Om becomes Shakti. Prana is not Shakti yet until you convert it with the mantric technique using the Om or Om Namah Shivaya or Soham or Hamsa or Om Mani Padme. Many mantras to do that. But for you, Om is the easiest. But the Om should be long M. See, the Om mantra has O as a vowel and M as consonant. Matter connects to the consonant. O is consciousness. So when you meditate and you do the O, like O with a long O, that is when you expand. Before you meditate, you can do the O with a long O, Om with a long O. But you finish meditating, you have to ground back. You need to bring subtle energy to matter so you can ground back, so you have to have the M long, like Om. But you focus here and vibrate here. So the prana plus the mantra will convert into Shakti Kundalini. The fire here is what you make powerful. People with the power of presence, power of charisma, sexual appeals, magnetism, has energy here. If your energy is exhausted here, you go very easily age. Aging process